Every Annunciation child and teacher has a unique account of the horrific things they witnessed and experienced in that church. Every parent who felt the panic and lived the unimaginable nightmare that morning. Every alumni and parishioner, every community member, every Minneapolis resident. The trauma is palpable, and we are not okay. We all have a story, and this is mine. My daughter's name is Vivian St. She is a third grader at Annunciation who just turned 9 years old. She was shot twice in the back and once in the arm while she sat in church last week. After several minutes of chaos and hiding under the pew, she followed her teacher to safety at the school. It was there that her friend said to her, "Vivi, are you okay? You have a hole in your back." After being hospitalized at HCMC, I got to take her home. I got to take my child home after this horrific massacre. But the Moyskis didn't, and the Merkels didn't. We all dropped our kids off that morning, but we didn't all get to take our kids home. And that level of heartbreak is unfathomable. No parent should ever experience that pain, and I will tell you, those two especially do not deserve that pain. When something terrible and tragic happens, you're supposed to look for the helpers, the good people. There was evil that day. There was unimaginable evil. But I want to acknowledge that there was also countless examples of selfless people doing extraordinary things. The group of dads who were at Mass, and our priest and deacon and principal who had no regard for their own safety as they immediately ran towards the gunfire. The heroic teachers who sheltered our kids under pews. The older kids laying on their younger buddies, the first responders, the sheriffs and police and firefighters, the EMS crews, the entire medical teams at HCMC and Children's who cared for the injured, the police officer who got Vivian into the ambulance and rode with her, and who has continued to check in on her. The nurse you've heard about who went into the CT scan with Vivian and held her hand and comforted her until I could get there. That is the embodiment of the saying, "There is no such thing as other people's children." The neighbors and friends and family and coworkers and strangers who have shown a remarkable amount of love and support for our community. We are forever grateful. There aren't adequate words to express the immense gratitude that I feel. But I want to warn you, if you think this won't happen to your kids, your neighbors, your nieces and nephews, your grandkids, think again. Those bullets firing through the stained glass windows didn't care whose parents were Democrats or Republicans, if they made 50 grand a year or 500 grand. The bullets didn't care what color hair those kids had or what color their skin was. And if you think the next time there's a school shooting that it won't hit your neighborhood and the people you love, think again. Without action, we will be here again, mourning the loss of innocent lives. And Annunciation will be the community sending a bouquet of flowers to the next school. We will write on the card, "We get it. Love Annunciation." Because that's what Uvalde did for us. So we'll pay it forward. Vivian and Lydia and Victor and all the others will be on CNN 15 years from now, recounting the horrific memories of their school shooting, the same way Sandy Hook kids are doing now. They'll talk about the gruesome details of seeing their friend shot, the sound of shattering glass, the awful smell that permeated the room, and the feeling of a bullet piercing their flesh. If you have one shred of decency, 1 ounce of compassion, 1 moment of clarity, you will do something. You will be part of the change. You will pray and you will move your feet and you will take action. Speak up, raise your voice, demand change. Think the thoughts, pray the prayers, and then do the things. Because we all know that thoughts didn't stop the bullets, prayers didn't stop the bullets. Action is our only hope. Thinking and praying are what you do after a tragedy. Taking action is what we can do before the next tragedy occurs. To our lawmakers and people in power, who the hell is going to do something? Who's going to make meaningful change and take tangible steps to break the cycle? This moment and this opportunity will define your character. Are you courageous or are you a coward? Do you care about our kids? Don't tell us the answer, show us. Prove it. Prove you care. Do we need improved mental health support in our schools and communities? Yes, please fund the hell out of that. Do we need improved measures on background checks and identifying potential risks? Absolutely, make it happen. There are many ways we can do better for our kids. Any and all options are on the table. But doing nothing is not an option. I know people who are hunters. I know people with conceal and carry permits. That's not what I'm talking about. But I will settle for nothing less than an immediate ban on semi-automatic rifles and high-capacity magazines. And I will get the names of any lawmakers who stand in the way of that happening. And I will invite you to come to my living room and insist that you hold Vivian's hand while we do her dressing changes each night and she cries the entire time. And you can look her in the eye while you cleanse her bullet wounds. And you can tell her to her face why you are opposed to keeping her safe, why a semi-automatic rifle is more valuable than her life. I will end by imploring you to pray for Sophia's recovery, pray as hard as you can, and please, please keep Fletcher and Harper's memory alive. Honor them and remember them for the amazing kids that they are, not just now while this story is fresh in the headlines, but in the coming weeks and years and decades ahead. Always remember them. Now, more than ever, we need a future filled with hope. Thank you.